Hey everyone, Hectormania here. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing another Star Wars The Black Series figure. So with me I have is Professor Huyang from the Ahsoka series. So here is the box. So taking a look at the front, we have a nice window display showcasing the figure along with its accessories. On the bottom here we have the name of the character and where he's based off of. And on top, we have Star Wars The Black Series logo. So on the side here, we can see we have this nice little window display slit, so we can see the figure from the side, and we have the Star Wars The Black Series logo on the bottom. Turning to the other side here, as you can see, we have this nice picture of Professor Huyang enlarged, and I quite like that. This is the top, this is the bottom. And as we look to the back here, we can see we get the picture of Professor Huyang once again, and we have a bio telling us all about the character. So, with that said and done, let's get straight into it and crack this guy open. Alright, so like always, I always undo the sellotape so I can just get him out of the packaging. Give me a sec, here we go. And just like that, he's out. So let's get this container up. Here he is, along with the accessories. So let's put that to the side. And here is the case. So let's put this back, like so. Alright, so here is everything out of the packaging. So what Huyang comes with is his little training saber, which is in this nice cream colour. We even see that it includes some handles too. For the button igniter, it is more or less in a dark grey colour. Here is what the hilt looks like, and we could see that we do have the dark grey there as well. Next is his little data file pad here, which is quite nicely detailed. So there's not much on the back, but we have the normal colors, and on the front here we get this little blue color, so we could see where his files are stored, and I quite like the fact that this is included. And finally, we do in fact get his little backpack, which has his extra arms in which he can use to get any lightsaber equipment that he needs. Alright, so starting off with the figure, we can see they've done a really good job with the likeness of Huyang in capturing his facial features. So we get the two platings on either side, and we get the cream piece in the middle. We can see we have the eye features too, which are in yellow, and they've even included his little earpieces on either side. For the neck joint, we can see we have the cream pieces, but we do get this silver platings going across the middle here, just to showcase his circuitry. For his actual body color here, we can see that it's more of a rustic feel. So this takes inspiration from the Clone Wars, which I do like. We get this circular piece in the middle here. And the arms sort of remind me of the battle droid, which I actually do quite like. Like even the leg piece as well, so it does have them features. Now we do get this little skirt piece as well to showcase that he designs the lightsabers, and we can even see we get the little pockets included. On the back here, I quite like this little feature, which is his circuitry, and we even have the wires included. Here is what the back of the legs look like, and they do seem to be a little bit more detailed compared to the front, which I do like. We even see we get some circuitry on the sides too. So here is what the back portion of the feet look like, and we can see we have the peg holes included so we can attach to any display base. Alright, so having a look at the articulation, my first impressions is that this is limited compared to your normal Black Series figure, but it does not stop this from being a fun figure, so don't get me wrong, there is slight hinders to the articulation, but it's great nonetheless. Alright, so Huyang can rotate his head all around like so, can look up that much, look down that much, he does have a tilt as well. For his arms, he can fully rotate around like so. He does have a swivel at the elbows here, but none here. He does have a little ball joint here for the waist, but he can't really rotate left or right, which is a bummer, which I'm quite sad about. He can sort of do the splits, I think, yeah. He can move his leg up about that much and down at the usual place like so. Okay, so he can do both up and down movements, which is good. And let's see if he has it. I think he has just a single joint at the knees, just like with the elbows. His feet can move up and down. He does have a little bit of a swivel, but not too much. So yeah, like I said before, the articulation is decent, but it does linger in areas. Right, before I move on, I forgot to mention with one of the articulation, you can rotate out about 90, just this section, but my favourite bit is the fact that you can put it backwards as well. So you can do forward and backwards rotation, which I really do like about this. So now that the articulation is all dealt with, let's place his actual backpack on. So all you got to do is take the peg and the peg hole, and it will slot in like so, nice and secured. So here is Huyang with his little backpack in place. And one thing I like about this accessory is the fact that we do get some arms rotation, so we can have some fun and just get him as if he's getting some lightsabers out from the cases. And you can see that these are nicely articulated and they do have ball joints on either side. Now let's have a look at the training lightsaber. So you can place it into his arm. So I just want to get that. Give me a second. And here you go. So you can see that he can hold his training lightsaber quite nicely and grips well. And here is Huyang with his little datapad in his arm, which I absolutely like. So now you can do some really cool photos with him just looking at data from past Jedis as he's training new students. And I like the fact this grips well in this hand. So now doing some size comparison with Professor Huyang. So here is Huyang next to R4-D4 from The Mandalorian. Next up, from the Ahsoka series as well, is Phase 1 Captain Rex. Next, from Revenge of the Sith, it is the Tactical Ops Trooper, aka the 501st. Alright, so I guess that just about wrap things up for my review and unboxing on my latest Star Wars The Black Series from the Ahsoka series, Professor Huyang. So, overall, I'm actually impressed with this figure, even though it does have limitations of the articulation. You can still get him into some incredible displays, especially with the accessories that he does come with. So I would say, yeah, I would definitely recommend this figure to you guys if you haven't already. And especially if you want to collect every figure from the Ahsoka series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review unboxing on him today. And I shall all see you again in the next one. So until then, take care, goodbye, and remember, the Force will be with you always.